All right, we're going to jump over to 2.8, linear inequalities. But before we jump into inequalities, let's just review something. Let's say we had y equals 2x plus 8, and we wanted to graph that line. Oh, we would go like this. I'm going to make this a nice straight line. Well, we go up to 8, which is the y-intercept. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the y-intercept. And then we would follow the slope from there. We'd go up 2 and over 1. Up 2 into the right 1. Or we could go down 2 into the left 1. Any way we wanted to do it. And there is our line right there. Now, let's talk about, or remember, what this line represents. If you take a point on this line, whatever this point is, looks like a negative x and a positive y. Whatever that point is, it's right on the line. And whatever those two values are for x and y, when you put them in here, they'll be a solution. They will make this side and this side equal to each other. Let's look at these 3 points that we can definitely find. This one would be negative 1, comma 6. This would be 0, comma 8. This one would be 1, comma 10. So let's try those 3 out and see if there's solutions, see if they work. So this 10 is y and this x, this 1 is x. So we put 10 equals 2 times 1 plus 8, and that is true. It's a solution. So this is a solution. The 10 went here and the 1 went there for x and for y. Let's try this one. Y is now going to be 8. X is going to be 0. And 8 does equal 8. That's a solution. How about this guy here? We'll put in 6 equals 2 times negative 1 plus 8. 6 equals 8 minus 2. That's 6. So yeah, they're all solutions, which we shouldn't be surprised to find. If we take this point right here that looks like it's probably negative 0.5, comma 7, that one's going to work. This one will work. Every single one of these will work, okay? And they're not just points on this line. All of the points that are solutions to this equation, all of the x, comma y's that will work in this equation, if you put all of them down, just point, you connect them all together, or really these points are just so close together they're touching in, they create this line. Okay, so this line is all of the solutions to this equation. Now, as we get into 2.8, what if we slightly changed this equation to be y is not just equal to, but let's throw this symbol in there. It could also be less than. Okay, less than or equal to. Well, how does that change things? Well, if we take a point from the line, it will be the equal to part of it. This negative 1, 6, this 0, comma 8, this 1, comma 10, we'll just change this. And it's still true. It is equal to, which is less than or equal to. So they still work out. Okay. But what other values would work? Because there are also values that would fall into the category of making this side less than this side. Well, let's think about that here on this graph. On the line is where you'll find points, x, comma y, that make these two sides exactly the same. But what if we want this side to be less than this side? Well, this side is like what makes the line. When we use this information, that's what tells us what the line looks like, right? So right on this line is, if we put in x values all along here, the y's will come out to be right on that line. So if we want y values that are less than this line, well, the y is vertical, So these y's up here would be greater than the y's on this line, and these y's down here would be less than the y values on this line. So not only on this line, but below this line, we will find, we can shade all this in because this line could keep going on forever, and so this would be below the line. So all these values below the line would also give us solutions, okay? Which will also show you a way of testing this. Let's test this point. Oh, that's not a good color. This point is 0, 0. Okay, so if our theory is sound, then this point, when we plug it into here, should come out to be true with this symbol less than or equal to. So 0 should be less than or equal to 2 times 0 plus 8. So is 0 less than 8? Yes, it is. So this is a solution. And everything below this line will be a solution because everything below this line is a y value that's less than this line. For all intents and purposes, we could say that this is the line. Okay. So this whole process of graphing these linear inequalities is going to look like graph the line, and then not only the line, but a little bit more. Shade some region that also gives you solutions, because now it's an inequality, not just an equality. And all these values below the line are going to make this inequality true. Okay, so we'll get in a little more detail in the sample problems.